Hello, my viewers. Welcome. This is the Lifestyle Tips with your host, Christine. So, for those that are joining me for the first time, I want to welcome you. And for those that have been following my previous episodes, I want to welcome you back. Thank you for all your support. Now, I'm going to say happy February to all of you. As we all know, the month of February is a special month. It's a month when we celebrate the Black History Month. For those that are in North America, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's the month when we celebrate love, right? That's self-love and love for others and romantic love. It's the month when we celebrate our hearts, taking care of our hearts, right? And yeah, so there's a lot to talk about this month, and I'll be bringing you some juicy tips uh, about all the topics that we've mentioned. But today, for today's topic, today's topic is a very special one, and because it's Black History Month, I'm happy to be sharing some tips that can help you participate participate or celebrate Black History Month at work. So if you have a business and you're trying to find if you're a business workplace wherever it might be, and you're trying to find tips on how you can celebrate Black History Month with some of your colleagues or some of your workers or employees, I have some tips for you here. So I hope you're ready. So let's roll. Okay. So ideas for participating in Black History Month in the workplace. So today's article I'm sharing is an online article. It's coming from work.cron.com. Okay, and the author for this particular article is Nancy Wagner. So if you want to check out this article, again it's www.work, which is WORK dot CHRON, that's cron.com. All right. Okay, and before I share some of the about 3 tips here on how to help you celebrate Black History Month at your workplace, I'm gonna share discuss talk a little bit about the topic before we proceed. Okay, so I hope you're ready. Let's roll. All right. Black History Month, and I quote, is also known as African American History Month, and it is celebrated in February. The month-long observation gives your company a chance to celebrate the achievements of African Americans from both the past and today. It also gives you a way to share and teach cultural acceptance among your staff or co-workers, which can lead to a more accepting work atmosphere, resulting in greater productivity. Now, as we know, Black History Month is celebrated both in Canada and in the US. So in this case, this refers to African Americans in general. All right. Okay, so here's the first tip. If you want to set up an event or if you want to celebrate, be part of the month celebration, is ask an African American speaker from your region to speak to your employees. Topics might include working together, crossing cultural barriers, or motivating your employees to think differently about people or other races and cultures. Another option is to hold a culture workshop to help your staff learn how to work together when people from different cultures uh, must, must learn to get along in the workplace. Okay? Or create a panel of business leaders from your community. Ask them questions related to the business community, creating an accepting culture and how to be culturally uh, culturally how to be a culturally sensitive employee. All right, so that's number one. So invite guest speakers, have a workshop. If people have certain questions, because some certain people might have the wrong information or do not are not clear as to why the African Canadian or African American communities celebrate Black History Month. So having a workshop and having guests come over to explain, I think would be a fantastic idea for, for your workplace and for everybody else who's non Black, African American, or Canadian. All right, so we're gonna go to number two. Another tip that you could use is by hanging posters of prominent or famous African Americans on the walls of your reception area and in the employee lunchroom. Use the words in use the words as I quote, in the honor of Black History Month, to explain why the posters are hanging up. If your company is in the creative industry, hang posters that show artwork made by famous African Americans or headshots of singers such as Aretha Franklin, Josephine Baker, or famous blue musicians. For businesses with employees who are into sports, display posters with sports heroes on them, such as Jackie Robinson or Muhammad Ali. All right. Okay. So going on to the next tip, I hope you find that helpful. That's and it's pretty obvious, right? All you have to do, you can actually get some of that material either from library, or you can go to a bookshop or go online, purchase that some material that relates to that. If you wanna go with wanna go with posters or literature that relates to the African American History Month. Okay. All right. And here's another tip: timeline game. Now this is a game that you can set up for your employees, and here is how it goes. Set up a team game complete with prizes by hanging a sheet of paper several feet in length on the wall of your conference room. Create a timeline by writing down a couple of uh, significant events and dates related to the African Americans in chronological order on the sheet. Leave lots of blank space in between the events. Before the game starts, look up different significant events that the years they occurred that are related to African Americans, and write them down on index cards. Then break your employees into two teams and ask questions from the cards, explaining the event but not mentioning the date. Ask each of the team to discuss the event among themselves and to agree on where it occurred. Then ask each team to state the date they think the event took place. Post the true answer on the timeline and award that round to the team that gets the right answer. How is that? All right, I think that's actually fun, and it also encourages teamwork. It also encourages your employees to work together and be able to kind of meet the challenges based on the game. All right, and the third one, which is the last one, is use social media, and let's find out how. Invite employees to participate in your Black History Month activities by posting about them on your Facebook and blog pages. Share information about African American artwork, business, or culture, and relate them to the events you plan to hold to get employees interested in participating. Add quotes and facts from the African American leaders, both past and present. Add um, both past and present that reflect business beliefs and working together to reinforce your business culture. Okay, so I think that's good for a start. If you try out those three and see how they work out for you, I'm sure each year or each month you do this, it's even gonna get better. Okay, so before I wind up, I just wanna share a little bit about the author for this article. As I mentioned, it's Nancy Wagner, and she's a marketing strategist and speaker who started writing in 1988. She writes business plans for startup and established companies and teaches marketing and promotional tactics at local workshops. Her business has also her business and marketing articles have appeared in Home Business Journal, National News, Emerging Business, and the Mortgage Press, among others. She holds a BS from the Eastern Illinois University. Okay, so that article was written from her, and so we borrowed that from the website. But I hope you find this useful, and I want to say happy Black History Month. But most important, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you can please comment, share, like, but most important, let your friends know about this, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of the Black History Month. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been Christine. Cheers until our next video.